From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. Canada has a new Prime Minister.
I, Mark Carney, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear.
Mark Carney was sworn in this morning as Canada's 24th Prime Minister in a ceremony at Rideau Hall. And the first order of business for Carney and his new cabinet, terminating the consumer carbon price.
We will be ensuring that those Canadians who have received rebates will continue to receive a rebate in the next quarter. The next payment is before the end of April. This will make a difference to hard-pressed Canadians.
He says it's part of a bigger set of measures the government's taking to fight climate change while companies move forward. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says it's just more of the same from the federal Liberals under a different Prime Minister.
Today, Liberals are trying to trick Canadians into electing them for a fourth term in power with a cabinet that is 87% the same as Trudeau's cabinet.
Poilievre says Prime Minister Carney's cabinet is the same Liberal gang that's been making promises over the past 10 years. Canada has received its strongest show of support from an ally yet amid U.S. tariffs and Donald Trump's repeated comments about annexing Canada. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock says Germans stand up for sovereignty.
To our Canadian friends, your country stands together. Canada's unity inspires us. We Europeans, we Germans, and Canada are not only partners, we are close friends. And friends have each other's back. Always.
G7 foreign ministers have wrapped up their meeting in Quebec, where Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly underlined the damage from American tariffs in her meetings with her G7 counterparts. She says some of them don't understand annexation isn't a joke to Canadians. The family of a Vancouver woman detained in the U.S. after her visa was denied is optimistic she'll now be home within 24 hours. Her mother says Jasmine Mooney was taken into custody March 3rd after crossing into the U.S. from Mexico at a border crossing near San Diego. A provincial court has approved the sale of 2 facilities owned by the Canadian company that process plant-based milk linked to a deadly listeria outbreak.
Court documents show Joriki is selling its Delta BC plant to Happy Planet Foods and its Toronto plant to Top Shelf Food and Beverage. It's also in the process of liquidating the Pickering, Ontario plant where the outbreak occurred. The company was granted court protection from its creditors after financial challenges stemming in part from the recalls of several plant-based milks it manufactured. Joriki ceased operations and laid off almost all of its roughly 565 employees at the end of last year. Michelle Zedekian, The Canadian Press.
This is The Canadian Press. In sports, 2 Central Division powerhouses face off tonight in one of 6 NHL games. The first-place Winnipeg Jets entertain Dallas. Also tonight, the Edmonton Oilers visit the New York Islanders, while the Calgary Flames are home to Colorado. Hockey legend Wayne Gretzky is expected to be in attendance as Washington star Alex Ovechkin moves closer to breaking Gretzky's NHL career goals record. So far, Ovechkin's only 8 goals away. In basketball action, the Toronto Raptors visit the slumping Utah Jazz tonight. Toronto FC coach Robin Fraser says out-of-favor Italian star Lorenzo Insigne remains eligible for selection, but his job is to pick players who fit the club philosophy.
The club went to great extent to come up with a club philosophy and the way that they want to play and how they're trying to move forward based on what they've done in the past.
Insigne continues training with Toronto but has yet to dress this season. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.